Hello my fellow Aurors, this is your Aurors Sly here, and welcome back to the Auror Division, a wizarding community of lore keepers, artifact discoveries, and dangerous curiosities. Born in the beginning of the 10th century, Salazar Slytherin was one of the most powerful wizards to have ever lived, one who left a very contradictory legacy. From founding Hogwarts and teaching Merlin himself, to creating the Chamber of Secrets, Slytherin's remarkable story has marked the wizarding world forever. Salazar Slytherin was born from an extremely pure-blood traditional family from the Fenlands, a marshy area in the eastern side of England. Salazar grew up in an age when magic was extremely dangerous due to the witchcraft prosecutions. But unlike many wizarding families who went into hiding, the Slytherins opted to live their lives without interruption from the growing fear and stopped all of those who interfered with their daily lives. The Slytherins lived in swampy areas due to their connection to snakes, a power that they often used to protect themselves from prying eyes. Ever since he was a boy, Salazar Slytherin showed his parcel-mouth aptitude. His ability to talk to snakes, an ability that actually belonged to his entire family. The boy also liked to parade such skills by speaking to snakes in public to elevate his superiority over all of the other wizards. Soon, Salazar received a nickname that would stick with him for his entire life: the Parselmouth. Furthermore, Salazar Slytherin was an extremely powerful legilimens, meaning he had the ability to penetrate into the different levels of a person's mind, and we all know that the art of legilimency is not mind reading, but it is an act of magically navigating through the many layers of a person's mind and correctly interpreting one's finding and potentially using that to alter one's actual reality. Salazar Slytherin was said to have been one of the most powerful wizards of his age. Unlike many wizards and witches, Salazar didn't simply study utilitarian and simple magic. No. Salazar Slytherin studied all type of magics, including the dark arts. He didn't care what people would say. All that he cared was power, and would go to great lengths to achieve it, including delve into the deepest secrets of the dark arts. At some point in his younger life, he met his best friend Godric Gryffindor. And further along their lives, they met two other prominent witches of the century, Rowena Ravenclaw and Helga Hufflepuff. Like Salazar, these three powerful wizards were seeking to improve their abilities while traveling all over England. The more time they spent together, the more they realized they had a lot in common. One shared dream was to create a wizarding school to teach the future generation of wizards and witches. They all wanted to offer these new students what they never had: the ability to learn and practice magic in a safe place without the fear of prosecution. Together, they found Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. But each founder had different and unique views, characteristics, and virtues. To Salazar, for instance, only those who came from a long, pure-blood line deserved to study at the school. For those born from Muggle families posed a threat. The continuous prosecution of wizards and witches across the land did nothing but to further Salazar's rhetoric. If the school was to provide safety, why would they open up the doors to the potential dangerous infiltration of Muggles? Although Salazar Slytherin was very passionate about this anti-Muggle belief, he was unable to convince the other founders of his ideas, who otherwise believed in teaching to all wizards and witches regardless of their background. Godric Gryffindor was the main objector to Salazar's ideas due to his lifelong quest to erase Muggle-born prejudice. It was also believed that Godric himself was a Muggle-born. Due to such differences in virtues, each of the founders amicably agreed to separate the schools into 4 houses, where each new student would be selected by the founder based on their characteristics and values. Salazar created the House Slytherin, a place for those purebloods with ambition, power thirst, resourcefulness, determination, and cleverness. Salazar also adopted the snake as a symbol of his house to mark the importance and unique power of this house. This beautiful crest was adorned with the colors of green and silver. Salazar also chose the dungeons of the castle to build his common room. There's a reason behind it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. The common room was extremely beautiful, rich, and elegant, with subterranean windows that overlooked the green murky waters of the Black Lake. Each of the founders taught their respective students a full curriculum. Salazar Slytherin also had a very high aptitude in the realm of potions and believed that all of his students should learn everything they could to achieve greatness, including dark magic. Needless to say, these ideas were not received graciously by the other founders, which, come on, all the founders did whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, but when Buddy Salazar opened up his mouth, he was told, no. But this time, Salazar took matters into his own hands. Okay, so you're not gonna do what I want? No big deal. Hold my beer and watch this. He then took the advantage of his common room's location in the deep dungeons of Hogwarts to build a secret area even further down from the surface of the castle. And in this secret location, Salazar taught his students the dark arts and many of the teachings previously forbidden by the other founders, such as the current unforgivable curses, which weren't unforgivable then. These curses weren't classified as unforgivables until 1717. And beforehand, people didn't care. They would just use them whenever they wanted. Sir, would you like this brand new butterbeer? It's light and it has no sugar. It's absolutely innovative. Oh, a zero-calorie butterbeer? What a great idea, yeah. Oh my God! But Salazar only allowed those students whom he really trusted to attend these secret classes. It was during this time that Salazar created the Pure Blood Decree, a document that listed all of the characteristics of a pureblood, such as pureblood wizards demonstrated magic prior to their third-year decree, or purebloods hated pigs because of the animals' impurity and disconnection to magic, or purebloods feel discomfort while in the presence of muggleborns, etc., etc., etc. But needless to say, such decrees were never really taken seriously even from his own pupils. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until the International Statute of Secrecy was signed many hundreds of years later in 1692 that some pureblood families adopted such decrees to strengthen their disagreements with the newly written laws, stating that they shouldn't have to hide from the Muggles because of their superiority over the Muggle race. Every founder of Hogwarts left their own special legacy at the school. Salazar wasn't any different, and he built a massive statue of himself inside of this secret chamber he had previously built. Many years passed as Salazar lived in harmony with the other founders and teaching secretly to those he deemed worthy. Throughout the years, Salazar Slytherin planted the seed that those who belonged in Slytherin were actually superior to everyone else, and many started to adopt his values and teachings as the eternal truth. But all secrecy was unveiled when the Muggle prosecution against witchcraft reached an all-time high in England, and Salazar Slytherin decided that enough was enough. He then confronted the other founders against allowing Muggleborns to be allowed at the school once and for all. He was done. No more. Get out. This conversation quickly got heated, which led to a most catastrophic battle between Godric Gryffindor and Salazar Slytherin himself. Can you imagine this battle? On one side, you have Godric, an extremely famous duelist who had never lost any battle to any wizard. And on another side, an extremely talented dark art sorcerer. Godric Gryffindor ended up winning the battle, but due to his chivalrous personality, he didn't kill Salazar. Perhaps he believed in his best friend's eventual salvation. Who knows? But one thing is certain. This battle forever ruptured the relationship among the four founders, and Salazar Slytherin ended up having to leave the school. Was Salazar sent away by the founders, or did he go on his own account? Hear me out. Salazar was a very strong legilimens, and therefore, He knew what he was getting into before even approaching the founders. He knew about the possibility of him getting estranged with the other founders. So what does he do? He finds an egg of a chicken and places a frog to hatch the egg inside of his secret chamber underneath the dungeons of the castle. And from this process, a baby basilisk was born and bred inside of the chamber to carry out Salazar's revenge against the school and the Muggleborns. Right, my little pet? I'm a little kid. Yeah, all I want you to do is just, kill everybody. Yeah. I'm going to leave this decadent school, this cage of dirty Muggleborns, and I am going to leave you all, my little pet, until my true heir steps on the school to purge it from impurity. Salazar then sealed the chamber with many spells to only allow his true heir to open in the future. Many years passed and many descendants of Salazar Slytherin studied at Hogwarts. Most of these descendants would use their heritage as a weapon of status and would brag about their direct connection with the founder. And although many started to spread rumors about an ancient chamber, the Chamber of Secrets, that housed a massive monster that would one day be open to purge the school of Muggleborns. Many descendants spoke loudly, alright, but most actually cowered when it came to the deed. And this is where the difference between a descendant and an heir comes from. A descendant has a direct genealogical lineage to Salazar, but an heir actually adopts Salazar's legacy to continue the founder's plan. Voldemort was the heir of Slytherin, for instance, while his mother a descendant. Make sense? Clear as mud? In the 18th century, Hogwarts changed their plumbing to a more advanced system, and the process required a lot of digging around and under the castle. Seeing that the secrecy of Slytherin's chamber was being threatened, a Corvinus Gaunt, a descendant of Slytherin, secretly built an entrance to the chamber via the sink in the second-floor girls' lavatory. Throughout the following years, many of these descendants opened the Chamber of Secrets, but none truly dared to release the chaos of the basilisk upon the school. It is no secret how powerful a wizard Salazar Slytherin was. He built his own one that was only activated through Parseltongue. He built the Chamber of Secrets with one of the most dangerous creatures inside. And he built his own golden locket with an ass adorned with the finest emeralds to show the world the weight and power of his name. His powerful wand was eventually wielded by an Isolde Sayre, who actually founded Ilvermorny, the American School of Magic. Isolde actually buried Slytherin's wand, and from it blossomed a tree with healing powers. So we talked about his wand, but the locket was actually last held by a Merope Gaunt, Voldemort's mother, and then auctioned off to a Hepzibah Smith, who was later killed by Voldemort, who retrieved the locket to use it as one of his Horcruxes. In future years, the locket was destroyed by none other than a Ron Bilious Weasley, with the sword of Gryffindor himself, which was a very metaphorical ending to the Slytherin legacy. Like before, when Slytherin was defeated by Gryffindor, so now was his last presence in the Wizarding world severed by the sword of Gryffindor. Salazar Slytherin's legacy is absolutely massive. Yes, there are many things that are frowned upon by the current wizarding societies. Salazar Slytherin is extremely respected in the Wizarding world. Every September, Slytherins are sorted and grow to become great wizards and witches, who have all battled the advances of the dark arts throughout the ages and helped to free the world from prejudice and hate. Like all houses, the Slytherin house is marked by good and bad wizards. But one thing is certain: most who came from House Slytherin marked the world in their own ways. And so this is it, my fellow Aurors. I hope you all have liked the video. And if you're enjoying the content, stop being a muggle and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stupefy the bell notification button to alert the ministry you want more content. Also, in the comments below, please let me know if you want to learn more about the other founders. A lot more content this way comes, my fellow Aurors, but until next time, mischief managed.